Okay, so let's continue our discussion about circular functions. This time we will have the trigonometric function. So circular functions is also known as trigonometric functions. So I know that you have already some idea kung ano yung trigonometric functions na sinasabi natin. Because I know you're very familiar with the SOHCAHTOA. Diba? Familiar kayo dyan sa SOHCAHTOA. Okay? So dalawang trigonometric functions yung i-discuss ko. Una, yung for unit circle, wherein, di ba sa unit circle, ang radius natin is always equal to 1. Kaya nga siya unit circle, di ba? And then we have the trigonometric functions for general circle, wherein, dahil general circle ito, pwedeng hindi na equal to 1 yung radius natin. Okay? So, pagka tandaan niyo ha, kapag we are pertaining to unit circle, lagi ang radius natin is equal to 1. Therefore, kapag ang radius nyo ay hindi na equal to 1, general circle yon. Babalik kayo dun sa unang-unang diniscuss natin ng first quarter. Ganun ha? Okay, so we will use the idea of the SOHCAHTOA. Ito yung pinaka magiging main idea natin. So, dito, di ba, pag sinabi nating SO, that is sine of the given angle wherein that is equal to opposite divided by the hypotenuse. So, halimbawa, ito yung right triangle natin. Okay? So, ito yung angle natin. Ito yung hypotenuse natin. Diba? Yung diagonal ng ating yung diagonal ng ating triangle. Then, syempre, along the horizontal axis, we have the x, and along the vertical axis, we have the y. Diba? Alam niyo naman yan. Okay? Kung ito ang position ng angle natin, ito, therefore, si y ang opposite side, opposite katapat, di ba? Then, si x ang adjacent side, adjacent katabi. Ganun ha? So, depende yan kung nasaan yung angle. Kaya halimbawa, ganito tayo, halimbawa lang ha, ito yung angle natin. Ito, hypotenuse pa rin to. Di ba? Hypotenuse pa rin yan. Pero lalabas, si x na ang opposite side, si y na ang adjacent side. Ganyan ha. Pero sa kaso natin, okay? Sa kaso natin kasi 'di ba ang lagi namang ang orientation kasi ng angle natin is always from the x-axis, 'di ba? Kapag angle of inclination ang pinag-uusapan natin, halimbawa ito yung line, ito yung angle natin, ang ikot lagi natin, 'di ba, is counterclockwise. Kaya in this case, ito yung angle na pag-uusapan natin. Ayan, kasi it measured from the positive x-axis going to the inclination. Okay, so lalabas kung angle of inclination ito yung natin, si theta yung angle of inclination natin. Okay? So, in this case, okay, paano natin gagamitin yung SOHCAHTOA? Let's have the first one. Okay, let's have the first one. So let's have the sine function. Sine theta, that is our angle. So pagka sine, opposite over hypotenuse, di ba? Opposite over hypotenuse. So kung opposite over hypotenuse, so we have here opposite, which is y. Then ang hypotenuse natin is 1 kasi nga unit circle ito, di ba? So over 1. That is why this is equal to 1. Okay? So ibig sabihin, sine theta is equal to y. Okay? Next, let's have now the second trigonometric function or circular function. We have the cosine. So cosine theta is equal to, okay? So that is adjacent over hypotenuse. So ang adjacent side natin is x. Ang hypotenuse natin is 1. Therefore, x divided by 1 will give us x. Okay? Then next, we have the tangent. Okay? So tangent theta will be equal to opposite over adjacent. Opposite y over adjacent, which is x. So, ibig sabihin, tangent theta is equal to y over x, provided mga anak, provided ha, that x will not be equal to 0. Kasi di ba pag equal to 0 yung denominator natin, magiging undefined yung ating sagot, di ba? Okay, and then the fourth trigonometric function, we have the cosecant. Cosecant theta. Okay? Si cosecant theta, class, kabaliktaran ni sine. Kabaliktaran ni sine. Therefore, kung si sine ay y over 1, si cosecant is 1 over y. Again, yung condition natin, provided that y is not equal to 0. Okay? And then the fifth trigonometric function, we have the secant. Okay? So, secant theta is equal to, kung si cosecant ay kabaliktaran ni sine, si secant naman ang kabaliktaran ni cosine. That is why, kung si cosine ay x over 1, si secant ay 1 over x. Again, provided that x is not equal to 0. Okay? Ang dali lang, di ba? Then, we have the last trigonometric function. We have the tangent. Okay? So, tangent theta is equal to, so obviously, si cotangent pala, sorry. The last one is the cotangent, sorry. So, we have the cotangent theta, which is obviously kabaliktaran ni tangent theta, di ba? Ni tangent function. So, therefore, kung si tangent ay y over x, si cotangent ay x over y. Again, yung condition natin, provided that y is not equal to 0. Okay? So, eto ngayon class, yung magiging condition natin for the 6 circular functions or trigonometric functions natin for a unit circle. Remember, if we are talking of a unit circle, we are referring to radius which is equal to 1. Okay? And then, pagka naman general circle ang pinag-uusapan natin, wherein ang radius natin is no longer equal to 1, same pa rin yung natin, yung condition natin. Ayan, ito yung angle na pinag-uusapan natin. Ito yung radius natin. Okay, wala nang 1 ha, kasi hindi na to unit circle. Then, si x pa rin nandito, si y pa rin ang nandyan. Kaya, pag ginamitan ulit natin to na SOHCAHTOA, ayan, kung paano natin ginamit yan dito, mag-iiba lang yung value ni radius, di ba, ni hypotenuse. That is why, pag sinundan natin to, we have the sine function. Sine function is opposite over hypotenuse, opposite over hypotenuse, which is r. Ganyan na siya, di ba? Again, mga anak ha, again, provided that r, yan. Pagka naman ang radius niya is equal to 0, hindi yung circle Di ba natatandaan ninyo sa condition natin sa general equation natin sa circle, di ba? Kapag ang nakuha nating radius is 0, definitely hindi na circle yung mabubuo from the given equation. Okay? And then we have the cosine function. So, cosine function, cosine is adjacent, which is x, over hypotenuse, which is r. Okay? Next, let's have the tangent function. Okay? So, opposite. So, we have opposite, which is y, over adjacent, which is x. Okay? Again, yung condition natin dito, x will not be equal to 0. Okay? And then we have the fourth trigonometric function, which is the cosecant. Cosecant function, ano sabi natin kanina? Kabaliktaran siya ni sine. Kaya kung si sine ay y over r, therefore this is r over y. Again, provided that y is not equal to 0. Okay? And then, yung pang fifth natin, we have the secant. The second function, kabaliktaran siya ni cosine. So, kung si cosine ay r over x, therefore, si x over r, therefore, si secant ay r over x. Again, x should not be equal to 0. And the last trigonometric functions, we have the tangent. The cotangent, sorry. The cotangent function. So again, kabaliktaran siya ni tangent. So therefore, kung si tangent ay y over x, si cotangent natin is x over y. Again, y should not be equal to 0. Ayusin lang natin. Ayan. Okay? Let's have some example here. Paano natin gagamitin yan in some problem-solving application? Okay? So, let's have the first one. Let's determine the 6th trigonometric function of a theta given that the terminal point are square root of 3 over 2 and positive 1/2. Diba dito class, from the given terminal point, lalabas ang x natin is yung square root of 3 over 2, diba? At ang y natin is yung 1/2. Galing yan dito ha. This is x, this is y, diba? This is abscissa, this is ordinate, okay? Therefore, from the given values of the x and the y, pwede na tayong kumuha ng magiging value natin for trigonometric function. So, dito ang i-analyze natin is, ma'am, ano ang gagamitin ko? Is it the trigonometric functions for the unit circle or the trigonometric functions for general functions? Okay? So, as you can see, diba, of a theta given that the terminal point is square root of 3 over 2 and positive 1/2. So, in that case, class, ang gagamitin natin dito is ito. Ito ang gagamitin natin. Ha? So, let us see. Hindi, sorry. Ang gagamitin natin dito is ito, yung unit circle natin. Yung trigonometric functions natin for unit circle. Okay? So, let's have the first one. So, we have the sine function. Ang sabi, diba, si sine function is equal to y. Diba? So, therefore, sine function given this terminal point is positive 1/2. Okay? Sige, para may pattern kayo. Sine function is equal to y. Therefore, this is equal to positive 1/2. So, ito ngayon ang final answer. Second, the trigonometric function. We have the cosine. Ito ha. Ito na. Dito na kayo tumingin para hindi na kayo mahirapan. Okay? Sabi natin, cosine function for unit circle is equal to x. Therefore, cosine theta for this terminal point will be square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. Okay, next. The third function is tangent. Ayan. So, ang tangent natin is y over x, diba? So, we have here y over x. So, therefore, this is equal to 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. Ngayon, isi-simplify pa natin yan, ha? Hindi iyan matatapos sa ganyan lang. Okay? Ano gagawin natin? Equal to si 1/2. Tapos ito, reciprocal natin, di ba? Para pwede natin i-multiply dun sa ating numerator. So, therefore, pag ni-reciprocal natin yan, so we have 2 over square root of 3. Okay? So, in this case, class, ang gagawin natin is, makikita ninyo, pwede na natin to i-cancel. Diba? Pwede na natin yung i-cancel. Therefore, ano ang natira? We have the 1 over square root of 3. Okay? Ngayon, simplify pa natin yan para ma-reduce pa natin to lowest term. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, multiply natin sa denominator natin, which is square root of 3 over square root of 3. Okay? Kaya ang mangyayari dito, diba? Dito na tayo ha. Dito na lang. 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Tapos ito class, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is squared of square root of 3. Kaya ito, ganyan, square root of 3 squared. Okay? Ngayon, di ba, Dahil ang tawag natin dito, dahil ito class ay naka-square root, tas ito mayroon siyang square, kaya ito pwede na natin tanggalin. Diba? Pwede na natin i-cancel yung square root sign, radical sign sa loob, at saka yung exponent natin na 2. Okay? Kaya, to simplify, we have now square root of 3, ito yan, divided by 3. Kasi natanggal na natin yung radical sign natin since naka-squared siya. Therefore, ang final answer natin for tangent theta will be square root of 3 over 3. O, ganyan ha. O, next. Number 4. So, we have cosecant na tayo, no? So, we have cosecant function, cosecant of given angle. So, that is 1 over y, diba? So, this is 1 over y. So, lagyan natin ng value. So, this is 1 over, ang y natin is 1 half. Okay? Tapos, isi-simplify pa natin na hindi pa to yung final answer parang sa ginawa natin dito sa tangent function natin. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, si 1, gawin din natin siyang fraction. So, 1 over 1 times, tapos itong denominator natin, i-reciprocal natin. So, this is 2 over 1. Diba? So, therefore, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 divided by 1 will give us 2. Therefore, cosecant theta rather is equal to positive 2. Okay? Next, tanggalin ko muna to ha. Ayan. Okay? Number 5 na tayo. Fifth trigonometric function. So, we have 1 over x, diba? For second function. So, secant theta. Okay? So, that is 1 over x natin is square root of 3 over 2. Okay? So, isi-simplify pa ulit natin. 1 over x. Okay? So, this is 1 over, ang x natin is square root of 3 over 2. Simplify ulit natin, parang ginawa natin kay tangent at saka kay cosecant. So, yung 1 natin, gawin natin fraction. So, this is 1 over 1. Ito, reciprocal natin. 2 square root of 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Okay? And then, ano na yung susunod natin dyan? Ganun ulit, parang ito kanina, di ba? I-multiply natin ito sa denominator natin, yung parang ito kanina. Sa denominator natin, which is square root of 3. So, this is square root of 3 over square root of 3. Diba? So, this is now, 2 times square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3. Over ito, ganun ulit, magiging square root of 3 squared. Kaya ito, makakancel na natin. Diba? Kaya ano na lang ang natira? Therefore, secant theta now will be equal to 2 square root of 3. Then yung ilalim natin, we have positive 3. Okay? So, this is now our answer for secant function. Okay, next, last. Let's have the last one. Ano na, cotangent. Okay, so cotangent theta will be equal to x over y. Okay, lagyan natin ng value. Ang x natin ay square root of square root of 3 over 2 all over ang y natin is 1 half. Ayan, simplify ulit natin. So, we have yung denominator natin, square root of 3 over 2. Reciprocal natin yung denominator natin. Numerator natin to. Reciprocal natin yung denominator natin. So, magiging 2 over 1. Square root of 3 times 2 will give us 2 square root of 3. All over 2 times 1 is 2. Diba? So, ito, obvious na nakakancel na natin itong 2. Therefore, cotangent cotangent function or cotangent theta will be equal to square root of 3. Ayan. Okay? So, ganyan nyo siya gagawin ha, kapag given ang terminal point. Eh, what if hindi given yung terminal point? Parang yung second example natin. Ano gagawin ninyo? Oh, wait lang. Burahin lang natin. Pipicturean ko lang muna, ha? Dali, ha? Picturean ko lang muna mga anak. Ayan. Ito na lang burahin ko, ha? Burahin ko na itong example number 1. Para dito tayo sa, hindi kayo magulo sa ano nyo. Hindi kayo malito sa notes nyo, ha? Okay. So, let's determine, given an angle generated by an arc, 7 pi over 6, determine the 6 circular functions. Okay? So, unit circle pa rin ito mga anak kasi generated by an arc eh. Okay? Ang first step dito, kunin nyo yung terminal point using our unit circle chart, okay, ng 7 pi over 6. Kunin niyo yung yung terminal point nito. So pag tinignan natin sa natin dito, pag tinignan natin sa unit chart natin mga anak, ang terminal point ng 7 pi over 6, ang coordinates niya will be negative. Oo, negative siya. Negative is square root of 3 over 2 and we have negative 1/2. Ayan. So, lalabas, ang x natin dito is negative is square root of 3 over 2. Tapos, ang y natin is negative 1/2. Diba? Tapos, parang yung ginawa natin kanina, kung paano natin sinolve yung problem number 1 kanina, ganun din natin siya isosolve. Therefore, titingin pa rin tayo dito sa trigonometric functions natin for unit circle. Since ang topic naman talaga natin ay unit circle. Diniscuss ko lang to para ma-compare nyo lang paano nyo gagamitin yung trigonometric functions natin kung hindi na siya unit circle. Okay, kinumpare lang niya ma'am. Pero ang topic talaga natin is unit circle. That's why dito tayo magko-concentrate sa trigonometric functions ng unit circle. Okay? So, in this case, isa-isang ulit natin to mga anak. So, ang sine theta natin from the given angle, di ba sabi nga natin sine theta is equal to y, therefore, we have negative 1/2. Ayan, okay? Then, ang cosine natin, cosine theta is x, di ba? Therefore, we have na negative square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. Okay. Dali lang, di ba? Then, number 3, yung tangent function natin, which is y over x. Therefore, we have now negative 1, ayusin lang natin, negative 1/2 over x, which is negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay? Tapos, di ba yung, kung paano lang natin, ano tawag natin dito? Kung paano lang natin siya sinosolve kanina. Ganun lang din ulit yung gagawin natin. Okay? Di ba ito mga anak, mapapansin nyo, negative divided by negative will become positive. Kaya ito, di ba, negative divided by negative will become positive. Therefore, ito, magiging positive na sila pareho. Kaya, pag in-evaluate natin yan, we have positive 1/2, di ba, times yung reciprocal nito, 2 over square root of 3. Okay? Again ha, lagyan ko dito ng note. Note. Negative divided by, ganito na lang, negative divided by negative will give us positive. Kaya positive na siya dito. Ha, mamaya malito kayo. Bakit negative sa given, positive na dito? Kasi nga, negative si numerator, negative si denominator, that's why positive na yung magiging quotient nila, di ba? Okay, then proceed. 1 times 2 is 2, then this is 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 3. Okay? So therefore, we have now tama ba mga anak? So we have now, ito di ba, magiging 1 over square root of 3. Kasi diba, 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. Eh, nasa taas yon. Kaya 1 over square root of 3. Okay? Tapos ganun ulit, multiply natin to sa denominator natin, which is square root of 3, para ma-simplify natin. Then proceed, 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Over ito, ganun ulit, square root of 3 squared. Kaya yung radical sign, matatanggal na natin. Diba? Therefore, ano natira? We have square root of 3 over 3. This is now our answer for the tangent function. Ayan ha. So, ulitin ko ha. Diba ito, 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. Kaya meron tayong 1 dito. So, we have 1 square root of 3. Okay? Then, imumultiply natin sa denominator natin, which is square root of 3. So, 1 times square root of 3 is 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 will give us square root of squared of square root of 3. Kaya, makakancel na natin yung radical sign ng 3 natin. So, simplify na lang siya. Ganyan ha. Next. Number 4. So, number 4, we have the cosecant. Tama ba? Cosecant? Cosecant na tayo ha. So, cosecant is 1 over y. 1 over y. Okay? So, pag nilagyan natin to ng value, we have 1 over negative 1/2. Okay? So, ito mga anak, ito consider natin yung negative dito kasi positive si numerator. Kaya mangyayari, pag sinimplify natin to, ito na lang ha, pag sinimplify natin, yung 1 gawin din natin fraction, so 1 over 1, times, i-reciprocal natin yung ating denominator. So, pag nireciprocal natin yan, negative pa rin yan ha. I-reciprocal lang natin. So, we have 2 over 1. Okay? So, negative 2 over 1. Okay? Then, simplify pa. 1 times, ising na natin, negative 2 over 1. 1 times negative 2 will give us negative 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 2 divided by 1 will give us negative 2. Therefore, ang cosecant theta natin will be equal to negative 2. Okay? Number 5 na tayo. Okay, number 5. Ano yung number 5 natin? Second. So, we have the second function wherein that is 1 over x. 1 over x. Let's give the value. So, this is 1 over negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay? Kasi yung x natin. Okay? So, ganun ulit mga anak, gagawin natin fraction yung numerator natin. So, that is 1 over 1 times negative 2 over square root of 3. Okay? So, negative 2 over square root of 3. Okay? So, simplify ulit. 1 times negative 2 will give us negative 2. 1 times the square root of 3 is square root of 3. Okay, tas ganun ulit. Multiply natin sa denominator natin, which is square root of 3. Ayan. So, we have negative 2 times square root of 3 is negative 2 square root of 3. Tas yung ganun ulit, yung baba natin, magiging squared of square root of 3. Kaya ito makakancel na. Therefore, ang second theta natin or second function natin will be equal to negative 2 square root of 3 over 3. Ayan na siya. Okay? So, yan ngayon ang second natin. Last, let's have the cotangent. Aha. Teka ha. Dito na lang si cotangent ha. We have cotangent theta, wherein ang formula natin is x over y. X over y. So, let's have the value. So, ang x natin ay square root, negative square root of 3 over, negative square root of 3 over 2 over, ang y natin is negative 1/2. Okay? Tapos ganun ulit mga anak, negative divided by negative will give us positive. That is why we have now positive square root of 3 over 2. Okay? Times 2 over 1. Ira-reciprocal natin to eh. Pareho na silang positive ha. That is why this now will become square root of 3. Okay? All over 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? Therefore, kakancel na natin to. Ayan. Therefore, cotangent function will be equal to positive 3. Will be equal to positive 3. Okay? So, ganyan nyo siya gagamitin STEM. This is how you're going to use the trigonometric functions for unit circle. Ito mga anak, diniscuss ko lang just to compare. Diba? Yung unit circle na tinatawag natin sa general circle na una nating diniscuss noong first quarter. Okay? So, that's it STEM.